All
Yeah,
right.
let's go.
So
Yeah.
so this so this next workout is this old fashioned lat pull down. Everybody knows the sit down variant here with the wide bar, okay, and the cables. Everybody knows this right here, man. The novice to the experienced guys know this workout. But look, I'm gonna add a twist to this. Okay, we're gonna still add the hand grip, right? But we're gonna do either a normal to a wide grip on this, right?
Yeah.
But the key to this exercise working out for you is no momentum. Okay, we want
Yeah.
to stay rigid. We want to stay rigid, and we want to pull in front of you. Okay, and I like to get the bar roughly around middle chest height. Okay, when I'm coming down on the ending contraction. Okay, so this is pretty much the workout here, right? You're gonna see me. I'm not gonna be like swaying, using my lower back to kind of push myself or whatever have you. I'm just going to pull down like that. Okay.
Yeah.
And then I want to focus on the negative, right? I want to focus on the negative, man, especially on the cables. You want to be able to, feel that resistance back down because you don't want the weight to do the work. Okay. You want to control the negative. All right. Control it. That's very,
Control the
very,
negative. And
very,
what you mean by control the
very
negative
important.
is control the way
All
up.
right.
You're saying control the way up, right?
Yes, exactly. Because,
Yeah.
like I said,
That's
on
the negative.
cables, and gravity's going to do all the work, right? Gravity's going to do all the work regardless if you let it, but that's not the point of this. Okay. That's not the point of this. So
Right.
boom. See that? I'm not moving.
Yeah.
My back's not moving.
Yeah.
And I'm controlling the negative. I'm controlling it. I'm in control
Yeah.
of this. All right.
Awesome. All right. Yes, sir. All right. So one thing that I do like about resolutions is there is a something that happens with you know people when people make New Year's resolutions. Of course, aside from thinking about the future and thinking about your goals and trying to plan and things. One thing I like that people do around New Year's is vision boards. People do vision boards. All right. I've done that shit before. Actually, I still have mine from 2021 sitting up in my room. All right. Vision
Nice.
boarding is cool, man. We had a vision board party, had family come over. Um,
Oh snap!
you
That was
know,
big. That's big. That's big.
yeah, we had family come over. I went and bought, art supplies and shit. Um, and we sat around and drank and talked and ate and worked on our vision boards, man. Everybody was into it. I was real happy and delighted that, so many people in my family were into it. Um, and honestly, man, a lot of the things on my vision board, especially from 2021, just about everything that came true. The only thing that
Wow.
didn't come true is I wanted to get a luxury vehicle for myself, and I didn't do that. But
Wow.
everything else was accomplished. You how you feel about? Have you ever done a vision board before?
All right. So I'm in the process of actually creating some. I remember a little bit a while. I mean, a little while ago, you told me something about whiteboards, right?
Yeah,
We went to this Airbnb and they had a plethora of whiteboards around the house, man. And one of those things that, once you get inspiration, man, you can write it down. It's always there until someone erases, of course. Um, but, you basically control that. You're inspired, you get an idea, you put it down. Or if you see something every day, so I'll tell you what the subconscious, kind of like clings to is repetitive actions, right? So if you continue to see things every day or do things every day, it becomes part of you. Becomes, your subconscious is wired to win. So basically, gives you what you desire. So if you constantly inundate your mind with the same thought process, that's what happens. You receive it. So with that being said, whiteboards is good for like daily affirmations. Things like to kind of reassure your greatness, right? But as far as the vision board, that's something in process. As a matter of fact, I'm a woodworker, so I'm creating frames for the whiteboard. I bought a big slab 4x8 whiteboard and cut it into pieces, and I'm putting whiteboards. Currently putting whiteboards all around my house. It's a frame around my house in frames to kind of pretty them up. So I'm in work of doing a vision board, but I think it's very important to do so because it's always important to have a goal in mind all the time. And just like you said, man, those things kind of they come into fruition because it's just like, man, when I wanted to buy a pickup truck, man, for my business, I did. What I mean? I just went ahead and did it because that was on my mind. Now it took some time to actually do so, but I did so. So I think vision boards are very important. It's just something that I haven't instituted in my life yet. Yo, you
yeah, man.
muted or something? Oh,
Yeah,
never
yeah.
mind.
I had to mute because I got a bunch of ruffians behind me. But yeah, man. I think vision boards work because of the visualization of it, right? And not to sound like basic in my response, but I mean, you have to see it, right? Like you have to envision it in order to believe it. So this leads me into the whole notion of like manifestation, right? Like like the law of attraction, like the power of manifestation. People say things like you have to speak it into existence. You ever hear
Yeah.
people say that? Yeah. You know, so you know, in prayer, you know, prayer works, you know, because you speak it out loud and
Yeah.
you know. But I've tried it all, right? And I can say I've said so many times I am wealthy, or I am strong, and I'm the beast in the gym, and I'm the strongest person there. Or I can say all types of shit, man. But speaking it doesn't necessarily bring it into fruition. And it kind of irritates me when people say that, like, oh no, don't say that you this or you that because you're gonna bring it into existence. Like, get on my face, bro. Like
Hey.
me saying that I'm a heroin addict doesn't mean that I'm gonna put a needle in my arm. You know what I'm saying? Like it doesn't work that way. So when it comes to speaking things into existence or manifestation, what I've found is that it's belief, right? Belief
Yep.
is the key to making these things happen, right? So you can vision board all you want, but if you really don't truly believe that shit is gonna happen, and you don't put things into practice to make it happen, then it's not gonna happen, right? Um, you know, so I like the vision board concept, but what I really like is the idea of believing that I can make something happen. You know, because for instance, if like this little platform I'm sitting on, it's a part of this what I'm working out on, right? When I go to sit on it, I have full belief that it's gonna catch my weight. Right? When you
Right.
sit in a chair or you lay on your bed, you have full belief, primarily because of experience, but you have full belief that it's going to sustain you and hold you. So you let your whole weight rest on it. But you wouldn't
Yep.
do that if you thought that it was weak, right?
Right.
So when it
Right.
comes to capturing our goals and manifesting things that we want, when we talk about belief, it's got to be that kind of that sit in the chair, lay on the bed type of belief. You know, what do you
Yeah.
think? What do you think about
Steadfast.
manifestation? Yes, that's fast. Okay.
Steadfast. I'm gonna tell you something, man. I'm gonna give you a little example of how that works for me. I grew up a negative person, pretty much. I remember, man, way back, my man Craig, man, one of my good friends, man, he told me, he said, man, damn, man, like, 'cause, you know, you always just kind of like, you know, I don't know. I was a pessimist in the sense that, like, I always thought that, okay, I'd rather think negatively and be right than think positively and be disappointed. Okay. So that's a bad thing, right? And I remember him telling me, damn, man, my mom was right, man. You are negative. Man. Damn. You know, because we were talking about something and I always had to bring up, you know, why it couldn't be done. I couldn't just support somebody and say, yeah, you know what, that's a great idea. I've always, you know, just, you know, found something, you know, I was like a CFO, just trying to find reasons why something wouldn't work.
Yeah.
And I realized in my life, and then the military helped kind of perpetuate that mindset as well, because you know, I was constantly disappointed in the military, to be honest with you. And it's
Yeah.
one of those things where everybody thought so, especially in aircraft maintenance, man. Like if you just expect the worst and prepare your mind for the worst, and when it happens, it doesn't affect you, you know. But when
Uh,
something positive happens, it's a bonus. So I've continued to do so, and I've noticed that when I thought negatively, those things happened. You understand what I'm saying? Like constantly. It's because I believed it. I wholeheartedly believed it. And it's kind of like you willed it through, you know, like you kind of made it, you brought it into fruition. Um, and yeah, that's you know, again, that's the power of attraction. That's basically what it is. And I practice it, and I'm you know, I'm just a what's a beneficiary on the negative side of it. You know what I mean? And I know exactly what that means. So now that's why I said one of my goals is to
okay.
think positive. Right now is to be able to say, and I think the word beneficiary doesn't even make sense in that, you know,
In that sense, right? Yeah.
in that statement. But I mean,
Yeah.
that's just what it is.
But it
That's what
does
it is,
though.
though. That's like, but that's
Yeah.
the way you got to look at it, right? Because now, in order to turn, you know, the positive in my favor, same thing. You know, I have to
It's the
think
same
that
thing.
way.
Yeah.
So that's why,
Absolutely.
and that's what I've been doing. That's what I've been doing as of late. And I've actually seen the fruits of my labor, man. You know, I started a new career, man. I was an aircraft mechanic, and now I'm working building homes. and I'm kicking ass, man. Pretty much, and it's one of
Yeah,
those
you
things
are.
where like I just thought positively, man, of myself and my abilities, and what's to come, after retirement from the military, and everything's working out just as planned, man, just because of positive thoughts, positive thinking. So it's still a work in progress for me as far as manifestation. But again, you're right. You hit the nail on the head as far as faith. That's the most important thing is faith, man. Hold steadfast faith that these things will come into existence for you. So
Yeah, man.
that
Straight
is the
up.
missing link. That is the missing link. And you know what I mean? To expound on that topic, man. When I talk about subconscious and repetitive actions, man, that's why I don't watch the news, and that's why I don't have cable in my home. Okay, because
All
if
right.
you see right now, the same thing is kind of recirculating, right? And we talked a little earlier about how 50,000 people die of an epidemic or pandemic, but only 5,000 people really had it. You know what I mean? Because it just gets in your head and it circulates and it creates doubt and fear, right?
Right.
So if you just take your world and make it positive, that's what will.
It's
That's
the
what will
same
come up.
manifestation. Facts, bro.
Exactly.
So what's this next? What's the next joint you had? The hanging. What was it? Some kind of scap.
All right. It's a
Cause
scapular.
it's something. It's some crazy. Well, I won't say craziness because people believe it, but people do crazy things with belief, man. And with this whole manifestation idea, I want to tell you some things that I read. Just get your opinion on it, and hopefully, our workout buddies will give their opinions as well after they subscribe and like and then comment. Right? You see how I did that? I remember.
Yeah.
I don't want nothing. I don't want nothing to sign the honest. I don't want nothing.